Welcome to Welcome to Live Alive, one of my favorite games, and I'm very excited to be playing this for all of you. Oh my gosh, this is my first ignore stuff from 10 years ago, first Let's Play. Oh man, yeah, ignore the stuff from 10 years ago, and this will be our first Let's Play. And I'm very excited. Oh man, new game. Hit that new game. So this game is a Square Enix game. It's a JRPG. Kind of not standard at all, actually, because look, there's all these different storylines to go through, and we'll be going through each and every one of them with some fun things that we're doing here and here out. So, and also this will be 100% walkthrough if I can do it. it'll be a journey trying to do this. This definitely is not my first playthrough. This is like my 15th. We'll be doing every single chapter to its full extent. So every super boss, every little collectible, everything. We're doing everything. If I can do it. What I'm trying to say is it will be a journey and we will go through it all together to show the hardships of doing everything and all of that. I wanted to go in the same order of my walkthrough, but at the same time, that walkthrough is high-key dead now. So, I don't know which chapter we should start with. I love them all. Kinda. Yeah, you know what? We'll start with Prehistory. We'll start with Prehistory anyways. Each chapter is wildly different. In different styles, even different art styles, kind of. I mean, they're all in the same 2D, 3D pixel, but, like, the art styles of the, promo art's all different. Yeah. Guess we should just jump right into Prehistory and see what Live Alive has in store for us. In a forgotten era before kings and kingdoms, a young man comes of age and is given permission by his tribe's stern elder to go forth and hunt, together with his best friend, Gory. Bereft of spoken words, they rely on their senses to survive, in particular, a powerful sense of smell. Guided by their noses, they track game and find shelter, and learn much of the world and its dangers. Pretty simple, straightforward, it's before a time where dinosaurs roamed, all that stuff, so... Caveman chapter. Let's get started. You see the loading screens have little tips, some relating to the story, some not. There is no dialogue in this chapter, unlike all the other chapters, which only being spoken in emojis. Which, fun fact, are the original game sprites. Because this is a remake of the original from 1994? 1994? Came out a couple years ago. Looks like at the start here, some woman gets escaped and is being chased down by these interesting people. This chapter is pretty humorous, you'll find. It's definitely one of the funnier chapters. Other chapters can be much more serious than this one. Don't know how they had cars in Prehistory, but you know what? I'll take it.
Sure. Okay. Okay.
The soundtrack to this game is just absolutely phenomenal, so I'll try to stay quiet when songs start. I say as I'm already talking over one, but the soundtrack is just so good. Yoko Shimomura is a legend. Here we see a mammoth. And our heroes of the story. Gory, as we know his name, but not the other guy's name, because you'll see soon enough what the gimmick of this game is. And we're gonna have fun with that. Prehistory the First. So the first thing that we get to do is name the protagonist. His name is Pogo. So I might refer to him as Pogo throughout the chapter. By accident, because we're not naming him Pogo. I want to do this little funny gimmick for this playthrough, where I use something called a fantasy name generator. But instead of... I've done this before. Instead of putting in the actual name that shows up on Fantasy Name Generator, I put up the first word that shows up on Nintendo Switch's predictive text. So I'm going to generate a male name, male caveman name, and it's giving me Drazvuk. But Drazvuk is lame, so we're going to type in D-R-A, and his name's going to be Drawing. Which is, there will be funnier ones. If I was streaming this, I'd ask for stream suggestion names, because those are always funny. I've got some really funny ones that I've seen in streams before. But for now, this is the system we're doing. So we're gonna name Pogo Drawing. And now we finally have control. This is just telling you that there's a mini-map that tells you what to do. I know how it works, so I don't need to read through it, but basically you want to head towards the orange diamonds and the flags. You can turn it off, and all that. But now we finally have control of drawing. First thing you want to do is grab this. A little stick. If you ever see a shiny, flashing thing, that's something you can pick up and put in your inventory. We want to wake up Gory now. And we can head off outside the cave, and immediately there's a dude blocking our path. We're going to push him out of the way, or tell him to get out of here. And he's like, go see the elder, he needs you, or something. Dude, sometimes I wish this chapter had dialogue, but you know what? This adds to the humor. Before we go see the elder, though, we're gonna head into this cave. And there's more items to collect. Would you look at that? We obtained a stick. And a rock. And a pelt. Now, here we go. Talking to this guy will elicit a minigame. And if you win the minigame, he will give you like each of every item in this chapter. So like a rock, a stick, a pelt, or whatever he has. One of each. And you're gonna want to do this a lot of times. So I'm going to fast forward all of this until we get a whole bunch of items, because you're gonna want a whole ton right away. I'll play this first one though so you can see how it works. He points to something, he points to a little speech bubble, and he wants you to see what he wants, basically. So if this one, he wanted you to see which haystack has more cavemen in it, and I honestly was not paying attention. So I've gotten some items. We check our inventory from the pause menu. We can see we have about, I did not mean to take a screenshot, about six to 9 of everything. So that should be plenty for now. If not, I'll come back. You know, you can always come back. I also equipped some extra items in equipment. I just pressed X for recommended equipment and equipped a beast horn and a pelt for me. Let me see if, yeah, Gory can equip a pelt. So I did that, and we might as well hit the save button while we're here and create our very first save data of drawing in the safe cave. Now that that's all done, you've actually got a couple items on you. We can see what's over here to the right. And there's some dudes here. We're gonna talk to the dudes. They seem to have some sort of like group gesture and they just leave. What's a point which we can grab the items behind them. They have a bone. And a stick. So extra items. Funny thing, question mark? Tapping fire does a little funny thing. You can do it to any fire in the safe cave. Now that that's all done, we can actually go towards our objective. Seeing the Elder, except not, because we actually want to go into this room first. But for a little funny thing, we can talk to all of the cavemen in here, and they each have a unique response to being talked to. We'll do a couple. This guy jumps into the stratosphere. This guy is sleeping. This guy spinning around. There's a really funny one somewhere. This guy just won't be talked to. I'm trying to find a really funny one. This guy just laughs. That guy is terrified of me, which is understandable. I can't even talk to this one for some reason. Where's the really funny one? Oh, yep. This guy actually disappears. Like, what is the lore behind this one? Because I don't know. Anyways, head into this cave over here with the little crossbones over it. And you'll be at the crafting station where we're going to use all of the items that we just got to craft new things, to, like, stronger things, right? So if you find 2 different items, you can create new potentially useful ones. You're not supposed to know what 2 things make, but I do. I have a list. I have a list beside me. And what you're gonna want to make is a stone knife. you're gonna need a lot of stone knives. Like a lot. To make what we want to make. That's a bone and a rock. Luckily we have a lot of those. Combine a bone and a rock. You'll get this little cutscene of this dude making things, and he'll give it to you, and you'll obtain a stone knife. And then he'll be like, do you want to craft, or do you want to not craft? And then you just pick whatever side. Like, this lack of dialogue is really confusing in this chapter. But we're gonna want to make lots of stone knives, because another thing that we want to make is a leather strap, where we need to get to combine the stone knife with a pelt. We can skip this cutscene, by the way, so you don't have to watch it every time. Same with this one. The reason why we needed a stone knife and a leather strap, but we need another stone knife. But combining a stone knife and a leather strap will get you something fantastic. Stone knife, leather strap, don't mess up. You'll get a fury knife, which is the best weapon that Pogo drawing can use. But there's more we can get. We can get more than just a knife. But we're gonna need a lot more stone knives. Bones and rocks, man. Bones and rocks, never forget that combo. Because next, we're gonna combine that stone knife with dried skins. And this will give us the Wild Heart armor, which is the best armor that we can wear. I'm putting my finger up as if you can see it. And that's not even it. That's not even it. There's a lot that we can still make. We need more stone knives. Oh, I guess we didn't need any more stone knives. Whoops. Oh, never mind. We need a leather strap. If this is confusing to any of you, there's a pretty comprehensive guide online that I will link in the description. Link in the description. I learned that I can't do that, apparently. Or at least I'll direct or put something. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. But there's comprehensive guides online to crafting in this game that are really useful, so I suggest looking them up if you're having trouble. But what I'm going through here are some of the best that you can make. So we got that leather strap, and now we need to combine it with a belt. And we'll get the Wild Heart dress, which isn't of use to us yet, but it will be of use to us later. If you can probably take any wild guesses as to what a dress might be for. Not for either of our characters right now. And then we need a bone and a pelt. We're running out of pelts, which isn't good. We got the beast skin cap, which is a really good helmet for both of these characters. So you might want to make two of them. Bone and a beast horn. Bone and a beast horn will get you a set of rough bands. If you have the items or want to go back and do the item name, I suggest making a whole ton of these, because these go in the accessories of your inventory or equipment. So they will enhance something. Hold on, I forget. I'm gonna use the last bone and dried skin. To make a thump drum, which is another accessory that is really great. And that is all the items that are particularly good to get. If we check now on our equipment, we can look at all of that. We're decked out. Our equipment, or our stats are decked out. We can also equip some beast fangs in the accessories. All your extra ones, just to up that attack even more. Equip the helmet on Gory. He can't equip much. He's kind of just a gorilla, so he can't really equip much clothing. yeah, that is, we're completely decked. So I'm gonna hit the save button again, because you want to save a lot in this game. There's no penalty for saving, you can save at any time except for in cutscenes. So it's just imperative that you save a lot in this game. Alright, now that we've finally done that, we can go to the Elder's Room, which is what we were supposed to be doing this whole time. Which is this one with the horn up here. First off, you can get this item over here, just a stick, and talk to the Elder. It's basically saying that we can go hunt, which is exactly what we're going to do. To get to the hunting field, we leave. We go north. If I mess anything up, it's because I haven't played this game in months. And I completely forget half these things already. We can't go completely north though, because this guy will just say no and say to go that way. So we go right. Head outside the cave. Talk to the Elder again, and he will teach us the gimmick of this chapter, which is smelling. Using your nose. If you press Y, a cloud will appear, and basically that's how you can track enemies. Or I guess in this case, animals. Talk to the Elder. They'll get booted. But now he's teaching us to press Y. It'll tell us drawing has an extraordinary sense of smell. Thank you, drawing. But yes, basically press Y, and a bunch of these little sniff clouds will appear, and if you follow the little trails that they leave, you'll get into a combat encounter. So combat in this game is very interesting. It'll give you a description here. It becomes easier the more you do it. Charge gauge, basically like whose turn it is. If it's all filled away, then it'll be your turn. There's a bunch of different abilities you can use. You can use items, you can use your innate abilities, you can flee if you can. There's a whole lot of different stuff that I don't want to go over right now, but it'll become obvious as they come along. Combat is on a grid, so we move around, and the more we move around, you see the enemies have their charge gauge filling up. The above blue gauge is their health. Selecting one, we can either do our abilities, or we can look around and see that they're all weak to fire. And there's Gory, he's resistant to, I forget what that symbol is. To attack, well, yeah. Select the ability and attack the dog, and the dog, this is sad. It's hard to explain the combat. Yeah, and they're gonna get a whole bunch of stats in there. It's an RPG. It's all status effects and all of that. But really, if you just want to brute force it, then just brute force it. Our guys are overpowered with the items we just got anyways. We didn't get any meat from that, if you notice in the items obtained. We didn't get any meat, so that's just— oh, never mind, that counts. You can tell I haven't played this game in months. We did get a bone though. But we need to get 3 haunches of meat in order to continue with the story, so let's keep following these trails and keep destroying enemies. This song is probably my favorite battle theme in all the chapters. Each chapter has a different combat theme, which I think is incredible. This one's probably my favorite. Kiss of Jealousy. Took care of that pretty easy. We're almost leveling up drawing too. But there's not only enemies too. If you run into something and get a question mark, check the mini-map, and there'll be a little question mark. If you go over it and press A, you'll get an item. So, fun little thing, you should explore this whole little outside area, including this dinosaur fossil. So you can see there's something in it. We got a rock. How awesome. It looks like we can climb up to the very top. I know we can. Okay. And get a dried skin at the top of the dinosaur, which is pretty cool. You still need 1 more haunch of meat to continue. The clouds disappear, just press Y again. All kind of basic stuff. The beginnings of these chapters are all kind of like tutorial-y because they don't know which one you'll pick first, so they all kind of have to be tutorial-y. Corey's got a good move that can attack multiple guys at once. But it isn't very strong, as you can see. It only did 9 damage to that guy. But it didn't inflict the stats effect, which is good. Oh. See, I moved too much. You may be able to move a whole lot, but you should be careful with moving. Make sure you're keeping an eye on that enemy gauge. We leveled up to level 2. Not much other than some stat increases. We got our 3rd haunch of meat. And Drawing's gonna be like, yep, that's it, let's go to the altar. Heading back now. There's still some enemies. If you want to grind levels here, go ahead. And this is just one of the many places where you can grind levels in this chapter, and there are places you need to grind levels in this chapter in order to continue. But I don't think now is one of the best times. You can though. If you really want to be overpowered right now, you can. But I think I'm gonna just continue. Follow the elder back inside. A lot of this chapter I find is kind of mundane, but it's supposed to be the humorous kind of childlike chapter, so. I also noticed the little, you can check out these loading screen things if you go into your settings, go into tutorials, or is it gameplay tips? It's gameplay tips. You can see all the things you see on the loading screens. Mostly of which is just like how to play the game. But there's some story-related ones too. Tribe artisan. Artisan great, get many things, get strong things. Hunters in need of tools and weapons can gather materials and offer them to the artisan. This is just talking about how crafting works, and that's exactly what I just read. Oh, the Wildlands has one too, but we haven't been there yet. And then they're talking about friends and tribesmen. All great things. All I suggest is if you're new to the game, to make sure you keep an eye out on all these things. But now the day's done, we can go back to sleep, which Gory is very excited to do, which is such a mood. We got hop right into bed. And it will become nighttime. So Gory's gone missing. We have to go look for him. Luckily, in this version, there's actually a minimap. In the old version, there was not a minimap. So you had to like look through every single room, try and find where the dude is. Luckily, we know that he's in this room because of the orange diamond. But I'm curious to see something real quick. If we can sneak into the Elder's room because it's nighttime. We can. And we can steal his items. Which he has a stone knife and a leather strap, which kind of is supposed to tell you that mixing those two things together gets you something good. You can also interact with the meat here. It'll just be like, don't steal it. So. But yeah, a little Easter egg. You can go steal his items. But only at nighttime. Head into this room, which is also the kitchen. And Gory will be there, and we saw something move. But first, wake up Gory. Yeah, basically the same thing that would happen if you interact with the other meat. So this huge meat, but basically interrogating who ate the meat. I wonder if there was someone else in this room with us. Try leaving, and we'll definitely not see the person who was in the room. Totally not actually there. So let's check that out. Now that that cutscene happened, you can grab the bone. And tap here. You definitely saw someone. It looks pretty obvious that you went in this one. But it's not gonna let you. So you have to sniff around and you have to see that the flower, it smells like flowers over here, so this is where we're gonna tap. Move! Move! You get close, you hear her tummy growling. But unfortunately, we have no meat, so she will attack us for it. That sounds really funny out of context. But if you grab this meat here and give it to her, she will still attack you. To leave the room and go back in again for the second time. But now you see that the meat has been eaten. Turns out it was a pretty girl the whole time. And Pogo, drawing, is instantly in love. Already a kiss. And now we've got her on our party. If you couldn't guess, we can equip her dress. That is exactly why we made this dress. It is the most powerful armor that she can wield. Wield? She can wield the dress. Wear. Her name is Beru. That isn't incredibly obvious. The game really doesn't tell you that her name is Beru, but that is her name. And grab Gory again. Now, of course, the objective is to take her back to our bed. See, that's another thing about this chapter, is it's very... it's very raunchy. So I guess not very childish at all. There's a guy in the way of our bedroom, though. So we're gonna push him out of the way and hope that that works. Except it doesn't, because he's back up. I think the lore here is that women aren't allowed in these tribes. So we have to find a way to sneak her in. Back into the kitchen and use the haystack as a disguise. But hey, it works. It works. Funny thing, she's now on a haystack on the inventory screen. And in the loading screen too, she's in the haystack, which I find is a very cute little addition. Head back to the bedroom now. We have to push this dude out of the way again. Move! Sounds like he's saying move. Now that we've made it, we can finally get tucked into bed. Come morning, and Vero is nowhere to be found, and Gory is in her place. But someone still thinks that she's there. Probably one of the funniest jokes in this whole chapter. Almost kissed his homie though. Almost kissed the homie good morning. Where is Bear? Luckily the flag tells us everything and she's right here. Ooh. Their lovely moment got interrupted. Someone ate the meat in the kitchen. So basically all of this is like, Bear is hungry. So we're gonna go find meat for her. And then baby Pogo drawing will get a kiss. That's kind of the whole thing. So we can knock Gory back into our party. And basically we have to head back out into the hunting field. But we'll do that in the next episode. Wow, my first episode ending moment. See you soon.